Hey, good morning, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great start to your day. It's obviously a nice, warm, sunny day here in Arizona. Wouldn't have it any different, that's for sure. Just driving through my neighborhood in Festival Foothills. We're actually in the newer part. So, as far as I understand, Festival Foothills is completely sold out. Which means that Pulte should be handing over the HOA to the residents, but there is always a possibility that they might extend, or I should say expand, Festival Foothills, because the area that we're in, it's just like one big giant subdivision surrounded by a whole lot of desert, which is, exactly what we were looking for when we moved out here. We were looking for a little bit of peace and quiet. One thing to note about living here is that we're on the east side of the White Tank Mountain Range, and then on the west side is Luke Air Force Base, kind of like a little bit more towards south of the White Tank Mountain Range. One of the questions that we asked ourselves is if we were going to hear the jets, because they do actually do some training out here, which is pretty cool. You can actually see them like doing dog fighting. They'll actually like chase each other. So we were unsure if we were going to hear some of those jet sounds. I would say since we've been here for over a week now. The only time that we've ever heard those jet engines or the jets in general is obviously when they're over here on this side, but we can't hear them when they're on the Surprise side, which is nice. So very rarely do we hear the jets over here in northern Buckeye. It's obviously very cool to see those jets kind of doing their thing, training. We've gotten a little bit of rain actually out this way, and even I'm noticing that Surprise actually got a lot more rain than we did here in northern Buckeye. It was like night and day. Like as soon as we were driving from Surprise over into Buckeye, it just like completely stopped. So I have heard that there is a what do they call it, a urban island effect, the heat urban island effect, where there's so much radiant heat that comes off from Phoenix and Scottsdale that it actually is affecting the actual climate. Like it'll stop monsoons from forming over the city. From what I've heard and read, in the past, the way it would work during monsoon season, like clockwork, is thunderstorms would show up every night in the evening. They'd go for a few minutes. It'd be like a heavy downpour, and then it would stop. And that's how, Arizona kind of kept its balance. But because the Phoenix and Scottsdale area have expanded so much, that radiant heat doesn't dissipate at night, so it keeps the monsoons away. I've also heard that Tucson does get those monsoons still, but as Tucson grows, which is growing really fast because everybody's trying to find more affordable housing down in Tucson, we'll see if that changes as well. It's kind of unfortunate. I have heard that the state is looking for alternative options like painting the roads. A color that is a little bit more reflective of the heat. So we'll see how that goes. But otherwise, living in Arizona so far has been pretty freaking sweet, man. People get started working early here, especially in our area. The workers are, they start at like 4:30 in the morning, which I don't blame them. It's nice and cool. Cool thing for them is they're done by like 2:30. You just hear like crickets around here. But otherwise the sound of the construction noise doesn't bother us. We moved from Chicago. We lived in downtown Chicago. We lived in a high rise. Downtown Chicago is always building. There's always a new building going up. So for people that say people are fleeing Chicago, I'm not quite sure what people are fleeing in Chicago, because there's a ton of construction going on in the city of Chicago. Even our building was almost completely full when we left, of new people moving from California and Florida, which I was really surprised to hear about.
But otherwise, that construction noise doesn't bother us.
And the cool thing too is, like, you know, we are kind of far away from you know, all the restaurants, but the cool thing is that there's a lot of food trucks over here that show up, and you can you know, come over here and get some food, which is always pretty nice. You don't have to drive to Surprise. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll flip you guys. There are the food trucks. They show up at different times throughout the day. One of them is coffee, so I'm gonna back up here because it says do not enter, and I'm gonna get some food. It's almost lunchtime here, so we'll see what they got, and yeah, catch up with you guys. I do plan on doing another walkthrough of our house. We've been able to get a lot more furniture. A lot of our furniture still isn't in, you know, back order stuff. I'm still waiting on my cabinets for my garage. I'm waiting on the bed and the end tables for our guest bedroom, and then we're still deciding on what, you know, coffee table that we want to pick out. We're not huge on coffee tables, but you know, there's so much extra room in the living room that it would seem kind of empty if we didn't have one. So we're looking for one of those, and then we're also looking for you know, like an entertainment center. I think we're gonna go with something that's more of like a bar, where you can store a lot of drinks, and then it would be just kind of repurposed as an entertainment center. We're gonna mount all of the TVs in our house, so really it's just that, you know, the bar slash entertainment center is really just to kind of hide some of the wires that will be sticking out from the wall. So yeah, that's what's going on. Yeah, working from home has been interesting, especially with the time difference, but I do still keep Chicago time, so I usually get up around 5:30, which is kind of the time that I was getting up at when I lived in Chicago anyway. So the nice thing is I get done super early. I usually get done around 3, which I've been enjoying. You know, I still go to bed late because I am a bit of a night owl, so I feel like I have a lot more time in my day left. But otherwise, I'm gonna go try and get some food. I'll upload this video hopefully today. I'm not going to do any editing, so it should be a lot easier to upload all this. And then you know, once we get a little bit more furniture in the house, we'll do another walkthrough. Alright, see you guys, take care, hope you guys have a great day.